Hey guys, I want to show you how to do one of the coolest glitches on Borderlands 3 that's been found so far. And this is how to super jump or fly unlimited into the sky way up high with the Moze character. You have complete control over it. You can go as high as you want and then come back to the ground anytime you're ready. And this is great for exploring the maps or seeing them at such an extreme height that you normally would never get to see. I've been getting emails from a couple of people that said that this was happening to them, but they weren't really sure how it happened. So big shout out to Johnny Jetpack and JOrtiz. And another big shout out to John. We were able to go into game and nail down exactly what you have to do, and it works 100% of the time. And this was really fun to figure out and solve based on all the videos that we had. We were able to like piece the puzzle together and be like, well, you can do this and you can't do that, and it started to make sense, and yeah, we got it figured out. So the very first thing you have to do, which is pretty obvious, is you need to be Moze. So far, we can only get it to work with this character. The second thing you have to do is be in at least a 2-player game. You cannot do this solo, and the host cannot do it, but the other players in the game can. Also, this works on all platforms, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Also, there's some pretty specific missions that you need to encounter to activate this super unlimited jump, and the first thing you need to do is get to Sanctuary for the first time and go to the head of the ship and talk to Lilith. This is literally right when you get into Sanctuary. So once you talk to Lilith, you're going to need to activate an astronav, which is going to help you get to Promethea. And Claptrap is going to do some stuff on a monitor, and then he's going to screw something up, and you're going to go into low gravity. One thing to know about this is that if you're wanting to get the super jump and you're in a game with someone else that's hosting it, you need to be in the game before this low gravity part of this mission activates. That's the way that you're going to actually acquire the super jump. So just be in the game and be here during this part. Also, if you're wanting to do this, you're probably going to have to restart a new character and restart the entire game. And it only takes around an hour, 20 minutes to get to this part if you're only doing main missions and kind of going the fastest that you can. So at this point, the gravity comes back, and for the players that again are not host and are Moze, all they have to do is get inside of the Iron Bear and then just get out of it. And at that point, you have super jump. From what I can tell, if you want the super jump, you need to get into the Iron Bear while you're still on Sanctuary. You don't have to do it immediately after the low gravity goes away, but just at any point that you're still on the ship. You'll know you did it right when you can barely walk. You can still sprint, but when you jump, you obviously hit the ceiling. And when you want to get down, you can do a slam or get inside the Iron Bear. It will take you back down to the ground. Another thing you can't do is throw grenades for some reason, but you can do missions, and you can finish the missions on Sanctuary that open up Promethea, and you can fast travel there. It's not going to make it go away. And once you're in this area, just make sure you have an open sky and nothing above you, and you can jump straight up forever. You do travel pretty quickly if you're going straight up, and you can arc yourself if you're in the sky and you want to go over certain areas. Just, you know, move your thumbstick or whatever you got, like a keyboard, in that direction, and your character will float and fly around. Right here, I'm going to take off just by jumping, and if you're hovering a little bit and you're not able to jump, you just need to find some higher ground that your character can get up on to get some footing, and then you can jump with no problem. Or you can activate the Iron Bear. It will put you on the ground, because sometimes when you teleport into a map, you're hovering just like a foot off the ground and you have no footing. You can't slam or run or jump. So Promethea was really cool to do this with, because when you get some super height, you can see some of the buildings that you might not be able to see very easily from the ground. And I get super high here where the map is so tiny below me. And again, if you want to come down, all you got to do is hit the slam button or the Iron Bear, and you can see it will rocket you back down to the ground. Makes you feel like a superhero. Right here, I had drifted a little bit in the sky and I landed on a building I definitely was not supposed to be on, but yeah, you can get on all kinds of stuff with this. We did some testing with it to see what we could and couldn't do. If you're midair and you get shot by an enemy and get downed and you bleed out, whenever you respawn, you will keep the super jump. One thing people are saying you can't do that it will take this away is if you go back to Sanctuary. And so if you're out here running missions, try to open up as much as you can before you have to go back to Sanctuary. I haven't tested it yet, but I don't think you can activate it again by just going back into the Iron Bear when you're back on Sanctuary. But again, I haven't tested that out. I crashed the game before I could do that, and I'll show you guys how I crashed the game and how you can probably avoid it. Also, for those people that are familiar with backing up the game saves, if you want to do this over and over again without having to run all the missions back up to the part on Sanctuary with the low gravity, then yeah, back up your game data right before you trigger that low gravity part of that mission. On PC, that's pretty easy to do, and on PlayStation, you can use a thumb drive to do that. I'm not going to go into details about that here, but I think there's some information on the internet somewhere that can guide you. Right here, I thought this was really cool. I went to Ascension Bluff and I got into the mysterious Varkid boss fight arena. Just flew over top and then slammed right into it. And going back to what you don't want to do with this glitch is get into a vehicle. As soon as I got into a vehicle, I crashed the entire game. And obviously, if you crash your game or have to restart the game, then you're gonna lose the super jump and you've got to go back to the same mission and re-trigger it. But I hope you guys get to try this. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.
Hey, what do you say we find a Hyperion constructor and get me out of this gun, huh?